Hi, I'm Edward Hudgins.
And I'm William Thomas.
And this is the Atlas Society State of the Culture Update. Today's topic is, who's in charge, the government or the people?
You know, Ed, it's fascinating. There's been a new Fox News poll that's come out. It was a poll on political attitudes, how people viewed Obama, how they viewed the Democrats, the Republicans. But one of the questions in there asked, do you think that the people control the government, or does the government control the people?
Two new Fox polls coming out late last night that got our attention. Check this out. Only 8% of Americans feel the people are in charge of the government. 88% believe the government is in charge of the people.
And amazingly, it didn't make much difference if they were Republicans or Democrats in how they answered that. The vast majority of the people answering this poll said the government controls the people.
Yeah, I mean, that's fascinating. But I suspect that if you take a look at the responses from the Republicans and the conservatives, their alternative to the government being in charge would be a government that's less intrusive in our lives and that's cut down to size. Whereas I think if you look behind the liberals and the Democrats, you'd find that their alternative is a government or a majority with even more power to vote to expropriate the earnings of people they consider to be too wealthy, to redistribute wealth, to create new entitlements, and to further regulate business. And I think these two underlying sets of alternatives, in a sense, really says something about their mindset. Now, we have a friend and supporter, John Lang, who founded the Social Relations and Knowledge Institute. And John likes to point out that self-ownership really should be the starting point of any discussion of individual rights. And kind of based on that conception, can you imagine a future poll that asks the question, who owns you? And I think that the responses really would get down to the philosophical crux of the issues involved here.
Yeah, who owns you? That's really the question that people need to answer. It seems that everybody pretty much recognizes that, as a matter of fact, the government owns us right now. The question is, what do they make of it? And if people accept it and think that it's a fine thing and just the way things ought to be or normally are, then Obamacare is just one more step on an ongoing road of government control over our lives and the subordination of the individual to the powerful and the connected. What we really need is for people to wake up and recognize that each of them is a value in themselves, that each person has a selfish right to live for their own lives, that government needs to be the servant of the people, that people are not the servants of the government.
Yeah, I think this is the importance of bringing self back into your own self-identity, your life, your goals, your aspirations, rather than to think of yourself in terms of your relationship to government. This has been the Atlas Society State of the Culture Update, and I thank you for listening.